night. It's our last podcast
Of the year.
2022.
We made it another year. When did we start?
March of this year.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, we just took like a 4-month hiatus.
Okay.
Between season 1 and season 2.
Why are we still calling it season 1?
No. Oh, it's season 1, yeah.
Okay.
Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum.
I always wanted to be a beatboxer. It's so cute. My daughter, she wants to learn how to snap, and she's like, "Mommy, look at me."
Where?
She's clicking her tongue
While moving her fingers.
Yeah. So what up, kind folks? It is your ADHD
That
co-host
was a good intro.
of the Vital Check Show, Dr. Joe. And with me for
Is
the
your-
last time in the year 2022.
Yeah, it's the last one. Your friendly neighborhood DJ. I got it. DJ Critical. Hey.
Ooh. So, I mean, you guys have been saying we kind of
All over the place.
all over the place, but I
And-
think, it's like,
It works.
it works.
It feels
I
good.
believe, it's
Yeah.
like a real conversation. We
It's
do
natural.
have some structure, but
Somewhat. Yeah.
we flow,
Yeah, it's a flow. Flow, Joe.
but not progressive flow.
That's what, like a period?
No, progressive. The flow
from
from
flow.
progressive.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I told you, right? I auditioned. I was like, "Come on, Flo. I could be the Joe to your Flo."
Flow. I said Flow Joe because it's a song by Fat Joe.
Oh, isn't Flojo? What was the name of the famous track star? Was it a Flojo?
I think so.
Let me Google.
Sounds familiar.
But
I know
anywho,
Usain
sis.
Bolt.
Yeah.
He's Jamaican.
He
Just
is.
in case
Yeah, Flojo.
you didn't know.
Florence Dolores Griffith Joyner,
She's not faster than
also
Usain
known
Bolt.
as Flo. She set records.
She was not faster than Usain Bolt.
I mean, listen, I don't know data. So, any hoosers,
that's a sign.
welcome, kind folks.
Hello.
So,
The last one of 2022.
yes, we want to uplift in this year, the next year, every day.
Big facts.
So, who are we uplifting today in our humble brag?
Today we are uplifting, drumroll, brrrr, the Blue Room NYC.
Okay, who is that?
So Blue Room is it's gonna be a Caribbean restaurant located
Yes.
in Harlem.
Ooh,
Harlem, NYC.
Very nice.
It's
East
owned,
Harlem, West Harlem, Central Harlem, because each Harlem is its own world.
I don't know. I stay out of Harlem, but I'm gonna go to the Blue Room. You can look it up on IG.
Okay, how do you
at-
spell blue?
At the Blue Room. That's BLEU. Oh, fancy.
Fancy.
Bellu. Room NYC. It's my cousin's new restaurant.
Oh,
It's
very
opening
nice.
towards the top of the year, within like the first quarter.
Oh,
They have to go. They have dine in. They have a lounge downstairs.
so fancy.
It's very sultry. It's nice. I seen the furniture. Nice furniture. Nice ambiance. You can go down there, catch a vibe. You have hookah.
Oh,
You have drinks. You have big screen TVs. You have music. I'm gonna be providing
ooh, a
some
frequent DJ.
some musical selection by yours truly, DJ
Curated
Critical.
by
Yeah,
the best.
Well, the finest.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm helping out with things.
And hopefully your cousin can give me some tips because I hope to also be in the dining industry.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely. We'll see. And then I picked out some marble.
Oh, wow. We got marble.
Picked up some lighting and placements because I've been around to a variety of bars, lounges, those areas. So I'm kind of like just flooding with information on what works, what doesn't work, different looks.
Listen, we are old. Some of us should be wearing glasses and do not. I cannot be in a restaurant
With
that's
dim lighting?
so dark that I can't even read the
Cedar Fo-
menu.
oh, yeah.
And then I look silly taking out my flashlight on my phone.
Yeah, because now that he's in the restaurant business, what we do is when we see new restaurants pop up, we just go.
Oh, that's good. You
and
do your
and
market research.
yeah, and inspect and stuff. And we honestly we went to one a couple weeks ago that the same thing that you said. It was so dark in there, and it was cold.
Oh, oh no. Dark
Like
and
it
cold?
was
Like
cold,
my mom's womb or something.
dark.
Like, what is going on?
It was cold and dark, and then the seating was just extra spacious. It looked like the cafeteria. And then we just had a bunch of critiques on like, the do's and do not. Like the service was okay, but you could tell that the people that they hired was just like really new, so they didn't know the proper way to like, tend the table. Like there was a table like right next to us, and the guy was like cleaning it while we had our food and stuff. Like he was like spraying like agents on the table, like,
I
and then
see.
like wiping it like while there's people next to it eating. Like that's like
But what do you
a no
so
no.
how does that I don't know. If you have to flip the table for the next customers, how do you clean it?
Well, I would assume that you just use like a cloth or something,
Ah,
but don't
as
actively
opposed.
like just
Understood.
spray
Okay.
the table.
Mhm.
Like yeah,
Mhm.
so
Understood.
yeah, so stuff like that. So yeah, we'll be doing our research. So you may see us in a few lounges, just stopping by.
Okay. That's cool. So
But yeah,
best of luck to your
shout out the
cousin.
Blue Room
Um and I'll invite me. I want to go with you.
to the Blue Room when it opens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want to do a ribbon cutting ceremony.
Oh, we should. I'm gonna tell him about that.
Yeah, bring up the
Oh.
hype, invite the local councilman.
Oh,
There's always business, like, was it development? The BD offices, I think is what they're called.
I
Invite
like
the
to see
local
new things in the community and stuff.
Especially a person of color. Ooh, there's so many organizations for them.
Mm,
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh. So you're gonna bring us a lady? The lady? They? I don't even know.
What, to the ribbon cutting?
Yes. To the grand
I mean,
opening.
if she get a babysitter, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Hopefully she don't flippy flop.
Yeah, that's it. Don't flop.
Yes.
You can't really make concrete plans with floppers. You just gotta be on the. You always have to have like a backup. Ironically, with floppers, you have to.
You gotta plan accordingly.
Right.
You already know the
Yeah,
habits.
you know them.
And
Yeah.
you gotta just plan.
Planning.
Because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yes. You fail to plan. You plan to fail. I like that. I've heard that before.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a new
me.
thing. Okay,
It's not
you.
original.
It's been around.
Because I butcher all sayings.
You do. You're pretty
So,
bad at that.
what's So okay, so you're gonna invite her to the grand opening. So what else? Are you technically even critically single? The last episode of 2022. Where do we stand with critically single?
I've realized that in this year, in doing these episodes and my dating woes, that I have like a dating superpower. Like I have like a
So not only are you a great giver,
not only
you also possess dating superpowers.
yeah, I feel that and I try to use these superpowers for good and not for evil.
Oh, okay.
And I think just in my latter years, I don't know if it's the new beard, my pandemic beard, my
Yeah.
post pandemic beard,
Mhm.
or my pre surgery rasp in my voice.
Mm.
I don't know what it's just very enticing and intriguing to these women, and they just I think the volume of women that
We curving people
that
now.
want to access me is just increasing.
Wow.
Whereas like in my like high school and then like college, like it was evident, but now it's just like
Maybe because you're grounded.
yeah, I feel like
You
and
know what you want.
I feel like it's
you're-
a confidence thing too. Like I exude a certain type of like confidence.
That's good. That's always good. To
Whereas
have.
before I wouldn't say I was timid. I wouldn't really say I was shy, but I was more just the background kind of. Well, now I don't mind taking the lead in things.
I actually watched a video today on social media.
Of me?
No.
Oh.
It was an influencer, and she is African American and slim, very slim,
Hmm.
and not curvy.
Hmm.
And she says oftentimes, like she finds it hard
Like
to
attract.
date
Right. Okay.
and attract black men because she's not the trend. Um, so she decided to change on her dating app the settings because I think she said either like exclusively or like whatever setting it was that she wants black men, and then she
Hmm.
took it off and she had 30 to 40
New recipients.
right new suitors.
Suitors.
um, and she thinks because she is the standard in their
Oh,
cultural
cultural.
norms.
Oh.
So, and but she says like I'm very confident in what I give and who I am. She's like, I'm not gonna have a BBL.
Right.
Like I'm not.
It's not
She's like,
necessary.
I'm not gonna have the long hair. Like this is me, and I'm confident in what I bring to the table. And I think that confidence. It happens in your 30s and 40s because honestly, you live through your teens and your 20s in self doubt. And I think
Okay. Yeah.
it's sexy to be confident.
I'm sexy. I feel like I'm just oozing sex appeal and sexiness, and it is translating into women just can't get enough of me.
Oh, can't
And
get enough.
it's surprising at times, and then it's like it's a gift and a curse, you know.
I mean, listen, I listened to a sermon that was like, be grateful for yourself,
Oh, I'm very grateful.
celebrate yourself,
I celebrate myself
make time to celebrate.
daily.
There is no moment of your living that escapes celebrating. So you bet
Nah,
you got all
I'm
the
owning
women.
it. I'm owning it.
So yeah, so you got to celebrate this new sex appeal of
Yeah,
yours.
shout out to Austin Powers because I got my mojo.
Oh, he got his mojo, ladies.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you.
You know, I try.
Well,
So like,
I mean, we'll see because
yeah, at the end of
if you
the,
got so many suitors, how you gonna?
well, you know what I have suitors, and then it's my job to continuously try to push the intention envelope.
Filters.
Yes.
Hmm.
So that's the part. All right. Right now, it's just two people. There's the spin the block,
Spinning the block.
and there's the new young lady, which we're cool. We're having a good time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I had to drop a few. I was just getting too
Yeah,
too
we're gonna have to develop
crazy.
the critical repellent.
Yeah.
Can't have so
just
many
off.
ladies just swarming on
Yeah,
you.
there's one right now that's just
Ooh, doesn't take no for an answer.
you know what it is? It's not really no because they actually called off the us interacting with each other. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like just understand like this is what you wanted. Like I didn't initiate this
Interaction.
interaction. So but then it's like they're reneging on
Their offer.
yeah,
Oh,
and then it's just like
so maybe that's pride.
I don't know. I think it's yeah. It's not what they wanted initially, but for whatever reason they felt like they had to go that route because they didn't want me talking to other people.
Oh gosh, sounds messy. I don't wish your life.
Well, I think similar to what you well with the young lady with the dating app. I feel like with different cultures and different people in like different walks of life, like it becomes hard sometimes to have like a common ground or like
Hmm.
to like figure somebody out because like they're like I just think different. Well, this person in particular, she's a very nice girl, but I feel like it'll be like the same situation. We just the way we look at it is just like totally different. And
But I think that's human. That's being human, right? Everybody has a different perspective. and I had an argument with one of my friends, right? Two truths can coexist, right?
Right.
And it all
Yes.
depends on are your lived experiences, what are your perceptions, but we can both experience the same event and have different outcomes or different perceived
Well,
truths from
yeah, I
that.
think with her, I think she's used to dating a certain people in her culture,
Mm,
and dating outside of her culture is like, I wouldn't say a culture shock, but it's just different the way we interact. Like, say for instance, like, say I'm not, obviously I'm a young black male, so there's certain things that are second nature to me. Like, just like, say like just walking the streets of New York.
but is that a Jason culture or is that a young black male culture?
I feel that as a young black male, you have to be like alert,
Mm, okay.
and she's just very aloof.
Mm, okay.
Like, she's just like speaking to strangers
Oh
and just like
gosh.
very friendly, and I'm
Oh,
like,
oh, we gotta unpack that.
yeah,
That's an issue.
yeah.
I mean, but sometimes I guess you need all types of people in this world.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. That don't mean that for me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And that's like, but that's just like a small scale. But like, yeah, basically dating outside of your culture, I think, can be very tricky. Like I said, like now it's like Christmas season, stuff like that. So like
Exactly.
when you like say bringing potential to like your family gatherings, and then they're doing things, or you go to somebody else's family gathering and you see things like, oh, this is weird or it's strange, and then
Yeah. So I mean, I can tell you when I first started dating Mr. Dr. Joe, right? He's African American, and I am
like from the South. Because
well,
there's like Caribbean, like West Indian African
right.
Americans, which is like totally different from like the U.S. of A.
He's US of A.
Below the Mason Dixon.
Well, but I don't know. I mean, I think they migrated from the south to the north.
Okay, yeah,
I think he does have some southern roots, but like praying, I can't, first of all, not cursing. It's just like, damn, is a curse, and they listen to every
or
episode.
praying for like 30 minutes before eating.
Yes, his father is very long winded. I love you though. So all of us are just so right, like we barely went to church with my family, right? Like so it was a culture shock to
Hmm.
like have to be
And to refrain from being a potty mouth.
refrain from being a potty mouth and also like pray before every meal.
Everything, yeah,
Anything you ingest. So I was just like, okay, this is interesting. Um so there was this meme going around of why you shouldn't date too far out from your culture. And the first one that I saw made me chuckle so hard because it wasn't even dating. It was like college. And it was like a culture shock for my roommates. So the original one I saw was I can't date too far outside my culture because I'm not explaining why I wash my underwear in the shower.
yeah,
So I think that is a very Caribbean thing
that is.
because we were impoverished and
Yeah, so
didn't
you
have
gotta,
washing machines.
gotta do it at the same time. You gotta kill two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
You in there. You
So
gonna
that was another
wash your
culture shock.
private and wash your private underwear.
So my husband uses wash rags. I'm like, what? Like we use our underwear. He's like,
Yeah.
what is that? So like, right, you gotta
You gotta
go
ring
in.
it. Yeah, yeah. You gotta
And you
scrub it. You
gotta,
gotta wring it
scrub.
out. You know, let it out,
And then you
you
bring it.
yeah, yeah.
And that's it. So I mean, it's funny because my roommate, when I posted, what's some of these things, she was like, yeah, being your roommate and knowing that you did this was a culture shock for me too. But and the comments was what made me laugh because people were judging like, hello, you could afford a washing machine now. Just put it in. They're like, ew, you
Yeah.
dirty. It was just
Yeah.
like, no, 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 guys. Whatever floats your boat. But for me, I was raised that you had to hand wash your underwears.
Yeah.
Even though you can have a plethora of underwears,
Mm.
nah, you
That
got
one, when you get in the shower, it's like, what are you gonna do? You gonna put your used underwear in the hamper? No,
yes,
just gonna
yes.
wash it right there.
So that was an interesting one.
Yeah, I feel like, and then when it comes to like different, like I seen one that had like several different sayings, and like say like West Indians, there's like something called like obia, which is like spirit or like say like bad fortune,
Mm.
and then it was like, oh, I'm not dating outside my culture because I don't want to have to explain what this means and
Um.
stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
was like a little trend where they had different instances where they didn't want to go explaining what things is, and it's just more comfortable, uh, and it's a safe space when you have somebody that already like knows
But then I think
things.
it traps
It,
you
well,
into like.
well, yeah, it does because I dated a fellow Jamaican and we really like clicked on a lot of like just sharing experiences between like growing
Similarities.
up, like our parents and like, oh, my mother did that too, or I remember my father did this, like, oh yeah, my father, like,
Yeah.
like, so that is very comforting where it's just like, they just get it instead of having to have somebody like look at you with a side eye when you say things and you're like,
But then also, I feel like, at least for this post, so many Caribbean folks were in the comments. So I think also, like, not just, where your roots are from,
mm-hmm.
but also, like, mad Caribbean people, like, we're just one big Venn diagram. Everything overlaps,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. At some point, like they just mix in somewhere.
So I think, like, to say outside of my culture, like, what's the culture?
Well, cause yeah, so like I'm Jamaican, and I've dated like Trinidadians, I've dated like Guyanese people, I've dated Hispanics like Dominicans and
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Ricans, and
Puerto Ricans.
I dated a El Salvadorian, a Ecuadorian. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've dated a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
He's been around the block.
and with each one, like just there's similarities and there's like just differences where it's just
I think it's like you just learn them.
well, yeah, like
Or
I
like
don't
for my Guyanese best friend, right? I had to learn what. I mean, I think I knew what roti was, but a dal pori, right? Like
oh yeah.
that's different than a roti a little
And then
bit.
like goat curry or like chicken curry instead of like curry chicken, that's a thing.
Oh, see,
It's two different
but
things.
those are nuances.
No, it's a thing. It's like I had like full blown debates of what it should be called.
Interesting, but I think we're more alike than we are different. So
Yeah.
another one that was there, and again, this was posted like on a Haitian Instagram account, but like Haitian Dominicans, we were the same. Very similar. We're like
Isn't
cousins,
it
very close cousins.
there's this thing in Dominican Republic right now that's going on where they're like
Yes,
they're
it's a very touchy subject. I had someone in my DMs
mm,
just argue with me. I was like, listen. But anyways, we shall talk about that
okay, all right,
at another
cool.
time. So, explaining to folks that family ain't always your relatives. Me, I have 1,005 cousins.
Mhm.
And it's funny because I don't know who actually
It's
decides
like
to
really
ask,
like
oh, so they're whose daughter or whose son? I'm like, what do you
they're just
care?
they're just here. They're family. They're just
All you need to know
your
is that
cousin.
you're my cousin. This is my cousin, and that's it. I will make that distinction if they're blood or not. And
Yeah,
I don't even think it's relevant, right? Because
like,
sometimes you have
even
your chosen family.
growing up is like they always said like cousin, but like there's like second and third like cousin removed where it's like you're not really my cousin. I mean you're my cousin, but you're like really my dad's cousin. So like I mean you're my cousin, they're my cousin's cousin.
And then you
cousin.
become the aunt and uncle.
Yeah, like they just substitute. Like I have a couple of aunts that's really not my aunts, like at all, nowhere.
But they're like special ladies that,
Yeah,
that are dear to your heart.
yeah. She actually babysitted me,
Oh, so you see? She's your aunt.
and I've called her aunt. She's not my aunt, but she is my aunt.
Yeah, you know what I mean? What are these titles?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
It's so silly.
girlfriend.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh god. I mean that's at your discretion with whomever you're dating.
What are these titles?
Oh gosh. So then another one that they did was put a plastic bag over your rice when you cook it. Do you guys do that?
No,
Oh.
I've seen it, not in person, but I've seen it like on TV. Or
I mean
something.
we've evolved from plastic bags to aluminum foil, but
I've seen aluminum foil. Too.
yeah, that one's that's there.
I don't even have plastic bags in my house anymore.
Oh, I collect them.
We have
because
like,
they're a rare sighting in New
no,
York now.
I used to. Yeah, I used to. Had a
Because they double
a
as
crazy
garbage
collection.
bags.
Yeah, but now they're like I just have the bougie me have just a bunch of reusable bags.
Oh, I mean, I have that. I have the paper bags. I have
Hmm.
the plastic bags. You just need all the bags because you
You
never
never
know.
know. That's what I'm saying. You
You
never
never
know when you're
know.
gonna need a
I
bag.
keep a plastic bag in my car in case, a diaper is a little too
You
stinky or
never
something like that.
know. I usually when I was younger, because I've been driving for a while, but I used to keep plastic bags in my car for my sneakers. I used to be that guy.
Oh,
So like, if it
wow.
was like raining or if it was like some
You can't
messed
mess
up
up the
floor, you
suede.
can't mess up. Yeah, can't mess up the sole, the suede.
Yeah.
You gotta wrap them. I would gladly walk around in a plastic bag. I don't care.
But you know what creeps me out about cooking with the plastic bag? Like,
You don't know where it's been.
yeah, you literally just bought groceries. You might have placed it down on the
On the floor.
floor. I don't think I've ever seen
Maybe
anybody
they wash their
wash the
bags
bag.
before they place it over the rice.
I don't think so.
Like, you can, you
And also,
can't
like
use
now I'm thinking about it, like, are there toxins seeping out that?
from the plastic.
Yeah.
Possibly,
Hmm.
quite
I
possibly.
mean, especially like back in the days. I don't
Maybe it
think
makes
there
the
was.
rice taste better.
Honestly, it's really good.
Bag rice,
Yeah.
plastic bag rice.
You know what was a culture shock
What?
that I saw? You cooking boxed rice.
Like Uncle Ben's?
Yes, or
Oh
Goya,
yeah.
and I
Oh
was like,
Goya. Oh yeah.
first of all, what crime has been committed?
It's the
To
same
use,
rice.
it is not the same rice.
It's just in a box.
It doesn't taste the same.
That's like also
It
it's
is
like that like bag
nasty.
cereal and like box cereal. But then
They're not-
even
no, no, no,
even
no,
box
no, no,
cereal
no.
is still in a bag in the box.
No, sir. Boxed rice and the rice you gotta wash and cook and season
You
and
still wash the box rice.
it's not. You wash the box rice.
You know, I thought you just wash all rice. Like any
I don't
type of
think
rice you
wa-
come in
but
contact with.
doesn't the rice come pre-seasoned or something? I've never bought box
Oh
rice,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so I
yeah,
have no
yeah,
idea.
yeah. You don't want to wash off the season.
But it was a culture shock when I realized people
what culture?
cook.
What culture was this?
I'm not saying because they
Oh.
might listen.
Oh, okay. All right, you boxed rice cookers.
It's a no. It's easy. Get yourself a rice cooker because I am no rice. Like, I'm not a good rice cooker. My rice is either really mushy or too hard. It's never that good in between.
Mm.
So I just cheat. I use the rice cooker, put a little salt, a
Mhm.
little bit of oil, and boom, you got the.
You put butter in it too?
No, I don't do
No.
butter. No,
Salt and oil. Okay.
That's it. Salt and a little oil. The oil makes it a little mushy, so you could, just put salt, and that's
Mhm.
it.
Little,
And your rice
Salt bed.
consistency
Little salt
will
bed.
always never fail.
no rice cookers. Yeah, rice cookers and air fryers and those like
Oh, air
Mach-
fryer?
machines that just like
It's a
make
shortcut.
everything. Yeah,
You just gotta make life easier, and it's
you
still
gotta
flavorful.
work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Although that fish I fried last episode, I couldn't put in the air fryer. I was dying. I was
You
like,
can't
oh.
air fry fish.
I mean, I'm sure you can, but like, is it you don't get the crunchiness like the.
Yeah, because
The
air
good-
frying you don't get the crisp.
Sometimes you can't. It depends.
It depends on
It's
the type
hard.
of meat.
I don't
or-
even know.
You really gotta like.
I haven't been
the right,
crispy yet.
It's like the right time and temperature.
Exactly. And
connection.
then how much like oil you actually spray into the pan and stuff. But I had to like legit deep fry a fish, so I had to take it back to the regulars.
With a big pan of oil,
Yes, it was like 2 inches of oil.
and then you just have to slip it in there and run away.
Exactly. Yes.
Good times.
Yeah. So another thing that was there is speaking about fish is like washing all your meat, your poultry, your seafood in like some acidic agent. So whether that's vinegar, or lime.
lemon. Yeah, lime. Yeah.
So I actually had this conversation a long time ago with a spouse of one of my friends. Like he thinks that it actually comes in the distrust of like
Of the food,
of the food.
if you wash it again, like before
That you have
use it.
to wash it because they're maybe it was I don't even know.
No, I feel
They're
like
like poisoning you or
I
something.
feel like well, foods. I feel like they should. I mean, it's just a given. You just have to wash it. Like you wash your hands, you wash your foods before you prepare it. Like like there's nothing wrong with
But I think
why-
we agree because we're of the Caribbean
like.
nations.
I mean, just why wouldn't you wash your food? Like if you get like strawberries from a grocery store, you don't just take them out.
But you're buying them organic, so technically there shouldn't be any pesticides on it.
technically. But I wash it anyway. I run some cold water on it because I seen this thing where they had some strawberries in a little bowl. They put some cold water in it and they let it sit. And then these little squiggly things
Oh, I think I
just
did
came
see
out of it.
that.
It's like weird. And then like even this Thanksgiving that just passed, we had like different cultures washing their foods in like tubs, and I seen somebody washing collard greens in like a washing machine. Like at this point, I think they was just
Was
doing
that
it
for
for content.
comedy? Because that's.
But then all right, so then I seen other people like making food with their hands, like macaroni and cheese, like they're just
That was
in
me with the
here.
potato salad.
You got gloves on,
I thought about it, but no, I just washed
Joe.
my hands really well.
Joe.
I literally washed my hands before immersing my hands into the potato salad.
Like this is with the mayonnaise and everything.
Yes.
Why couldn't you just use a spoon?
No, because the
What
thing
is
is,
wrong with
I'm not a good flipper. Like anything that involves this motion, half
Well,
of the
your
food is
wrists
out.
work.
I don't be cooking
You don't
in
be
the
whipping
kitchen.
it. Okay. All right.
So the
Fair.
problem is I don't flip or do well with stirring, right?
Okay.
Because for me, when I stir, half the food ends up out of the pot.
Okay, we don't want that.
So I like to use my hands when I cook, but I'm really
So you
really,
massaging it?
So no, I just want to make sure that everything is uniformly distributed into the food. So I wash my hands immediately before touching, and then I go. Psh, psh, I taste, wash my hands again, and repeat like 5 times.
Okay.
But I understand it's a big no.
I just seen somebody just like digging in this mac and cheese was just like
I did see that. It looked grotesque, but
Yeah.
I don't know how else you can get the
Get it
seasoning
distributed.
evenly distributed.
spoons. You just take your time. You just do it by
I think I just need
by
I
it's
need
like
bigger
the area. Yeah.
envoys.
Probably that. Or you don't have to do the whole thing. You do this section right here.
No, and that's how you get salty in one, vinegary in one spot,
And then you do
it's
this
just
section over
nasty
here,
in one spot.
And then or you can use a two-hand motion.
No, I can't manage one. What am I gonna do with my left hand? I can't.
You gotta be
no.
ambidextrous.
No flicking of the wrist.
No flick of the wrist.
No flick of the wrist.
Okay.
So I'm a hands-on. I'm handsy, unfortunately, which I think that's a cultural thing
Yeah.
that people don't like.
Yeah.
But back to the washing, my mom. I think I've gotten lazy and used only water. My mom's like, "What are you doing? That's not cleaning. That's not cleaning the bacteria."
The bacteria.
Yeah. And also, like, Caribbean folks pride themselves in cleanliness. I think it's just an extension of that. Like, oh, you just washed your chicken in water?
In water, yeah, like
I did
is it really
lime
washed?
juice and vinegar. And
Yeah.
I let it sit.
Yeah, you gotta let it seep in, like you gotta let it soak into the vinegar and the lime, the agents. Cause water doesn't do it. Water just.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think technically you're not even supposed to wash your steak because there's something about like, oh, steak doesn't like to be massaged a lot.
Cause it gets firm.
Yeah. So you shouldn't be washing steak.
I mean, you could just rinse it. There's a
With
rinse.
what? With water? DJ
Water
Critical?
and like meat wash.
There's I've seen vegetable wash at Trader
Yeah.
Joe's, but what's a meat wash? Explain that one.
It's they put things in it that are kind to the meat, like soy sauce.
But that's not cleaning, eh?
Oh, yeah, it's not.
That's
It's just a
seasoning.
season in it. I don't know. We're gonna look that up. We're gonna find a meat wash for
Or maybe
steaks,
that's
steaks
gonna be
and
our hustle.
poultry.
That could be a little Shark Tank experiment.
Meat wash
Yeah.
sounds funny.
Um, I can see it being taken out of context.
Hey, I feel like it's clickbaitable.
Can you think of anything else? Since you've dated so multiculturally.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking about like personal experiences. Well, I've only dated one Caucasian woman before, and that was like young, so he wasn't really like independent. It was just more so like just how they're brought up, like away from like foods and stuff, just like how they speak to each other and stuff like that.
You know what was strange for me? So my in-laws, everybody else calls my in-laws mom and dad, like as an in-law.
Okay,
And for me,
you
like,
put the Mr. and Mrs.
yes, And then so finally,
But you're a blank too, so like you're like a Mrs. Blank.
so the weird thing is, right? So once, okay, when we first started dating, yes, they were Mr. and Mrs. Booker. Then for several years, I just didn't address them by anything. I would
Not
just
even like their first name or nothing.
nothing,
You just
because I was
hey,
like, I'm not quite at first name basis,
right,
and
right.
I think I've outgrown Mr. and Mrs. So I would just be like,
Hi.
I would just talk.
Yeah, just start talking.
Hey, and then
That's what
finally,
I
I was
think.
like, you know what? I have a child. I think I can name them Katrina.
I think we
On
can.
first name basis.
Yeah.
Um. So that was a interesting culture shock for me. Like, oh, you called someone else mom and dad, and they're not your parents.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting for me. I think I'll do the first name thing. I don't know. I can call some in-law my mom or my dad.
But I guess they're just amazing people, and they
That's
feel
great.
very motherly and fatherly.
That's
but
awesome. No,
yeah, that's how I felt. And
Yeah.
I think I still.
not doing it.
Yeah.
Have you? You've done it?
No.
Oh yeah,
No, they're not my mommy and puppy.
yeah. My madre and padre. No.
Another thing that I think I've adopted from other cultures, and it's been a shell shock to the Dominicans, is taking off your shoes at the door.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. It's less mopping. I keep telling
Right.
my mom, like, you
Yeah.
will not mop every week.
If people don't track in what they bring from outside. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Um,
And when I'm in Jersey, at my like other spot, I guess it's very strict. You do not walk through this house. Like there's a nice little shoe rack here.
Yes.
There's a mat. You do your thing. You wipe it. You put it on your shoe, and then even there's another closet right next to it where we have slippers.
yeah,
Or,
Asian cultures provide you with the
socks.
slippers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you need, but shoes, no.
And my mom was like, oh my God, it's so messy at the doorway. I was like, but it's clean. I don't care. My socks are in black but at the end.
Yeah, that is true.
Do you go on your bed with your street clothes on?
No, absolutely not, and that's
That,
crazy.
that's a major culture one.
That's local.
It's a major culture one.
Yeah, and I feel like I've learned that. Well, in college, like sometimes I would just like I'll come in like very tired and I'll just like crash. But in my adult life, that's an absolute no. And then if I have lady friends, like I give them clothes. Like no,
Your t-shirts?
yeah,
Mhm.
shorts,
Mm.
things of that nature. I'm like, nah, you're not getting on this bed with your jeans or your
Yeah.
pants or shirt from outside.
Mm.
Nasty.
But I wonder, because the romantic movies, right? It's like, oh, I'm so in lust. Let's just hurry up and go. And you end up in the bed with your street clothes on.
Yeah, and then you have to automatically wash those sheets.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there was somebody submitted another thing, part of the culture, is that they have to kind of like sweep the sheets before they go into bed. With the pillow. Have you ever done that? Like you take the pillow and you go, and you just
Well, sometimes I feel like, well,
you beat the sheets.
yeah, I can see that. I see that because, like, at night, I feel like don't like your hair follicles and like your dead skin cells be on like beds and stuff. I don't know from a medical point of view.
I mean,
What are you beating the sheets for? Like, what's on it? What's
I
the
don't,
sheet?
I don't know. She just says every time before she goes to bed, she beats her sheets.
I don't know. Is her hair falling out or something? Like, I don't know.
Sir, I don't know. It was
Okay.
submitted to us.
I don't, well, beat your sheets. Yes, beat your sheets. Beat your pillowcase. Beat your bed.
Making the bed.
I don't do that.
Oh gosh.
I am, and I've been with females that get really irritated with me when, like, we're in the bed and we get out the bed and I just, brush my teeth and stuff and go about my business. She'll be like, "You're not gonna make the bed?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna get right back in it." Like, what do you mean make the bed?
It's just so beautiful
That's
to see your bed made. It
That-
changes the ambiance of the room.
That makes no sense to me. That's just like literally like extra work.
All right, so that might be a deal breaker, but here's a deal breaker: morning, evening, or both time showers. So my mom was of the thought that you needed to shower in the daytime. That's a hard rule.
hmm
and you have to wash your private parts in the evening.
Just like a little like bird wash.
Like yeah, like uh, think of it like bidet status, kind of like
Just like little wet a little rag, just do a little
no
wipey.
wash soap, use some soap, you
How did you do
lather
that with?
on the toilet.
You lather your private on the toilet? Your mom is insane. If that's the case, just hop in the shower. You could
No,
really.
but she encouraged evening showers. But if you were really lazy, you had to at least wash your privates on the toilet.
Wait, but what water are you using?
So I think also like some Middle Eastern cultures use this too, and I think it's a cleanliness thing. Like you have a little dispenser of water. So whether that's
Like a shower head kind of thing?
no,
But
it looks like almost like what do you use to water plants? Oh, like a watering can.
like a canister. Like
Yeah.
okay.
So that looked like
But all right, so where are you standing if you're gonna be putting this
you
water on
sit
you?
down on the toilet.
All right. So for a woman,
I guess that's
I think that's a
easier.
lot easier. If you have like, if you're a
Extra
man,
package.
yeah, and you're just watering your junk, like in the toilet.
So maybe
Like,
use a washcloth
yeah, but all right. So where are you wetting the washcloth if you're
in
sitting
the
on the toilet?
sink. So you already
you're-
wash it.
But you're sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
How are you getting to like?
And then you just use
So
your
just-
watering can.
Yeah, that's too much. Just it makes more sense to
Just
just.
take a shower.
Yeah.
So evening, morning, or both.
I would.
And is it a deal breaker for you?
I need you to shower once a day.
Okay.
At least.
At least. I
Um,
agree.
I know a lot of people. Some people do it. Well, they shower before bed because they want to get into bed
Clean.
clean.
Mm-hmm.
But then they shower again in the morning because you're
Yes.
sweating and stuff
Certainly.
in your sleep, and you want to be like fresh and
Yes.
clean to start your day and stuff. So I think those 2 times are
What if someone doesn't shower after working out?
not deal breaker.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not with the must and the sweat and like it sits it gets embedded into your skin.
What gets
And
embedded into your skin?
The funk.
What if they don't stink when they sweat?
Yeah, but then like the say if you want to
Oh
get
my
a little
god, this is like your virus talk.
say if you wanted to get a little risque and you lick their neck and it's just mad salty.
But it could be salty from not going to the gym too.
Nah, well it's the likelihood of it being sweat salty is higher.
It
You just
is.
can't. Just wash it off. Like when I'm saying you don't have to have a 30-minute shower. Usually when I shower, like I lather up like 2 to 3 times, because you want to really
And you gotta lather the legs. Oh, that was a big one I saw on IG too.
what
It was a interracial couple, so a black guy and a white girl.
they were showering together.
No, so apparently like the white girl doesn't lather below like her waist because the water just trickles down there and it washes. And
It
the
does
black
not.
guy's like,
That's not washing it.
like, and the black guy's like, no,
No.
you need a lather. You're like,
Yes, you need to lather. Behind your knee.
oh,
That's a spot.
and
that
your
a lot-
ears.
yes, the back of your neck,
Yep.
right here.
Yes. Yes.
Those are spots that people frequently miss. They don't get.
In between your toes.
hmm Then you get like foot fungus and weird stuff because it's moist
No,
there.
you get foot fungus because you don't dry your feet correctly or
Well-
well enough.
Well, yeah, because it's moist and then it forms bacteria because you don't get in between there. You gotta open a little between your big toe and stuff, and you gotta get in there in the little nooks and crannies. You gotta get behind your knee. You gotta get your thigh, the back of your thigh, your calf, your ankle.
I think we get it, DJ Critical.
You have to definitely wash below your waist. Like the water doesn't trickle down.
Listen, another one that I thought was interesting, and again, a lot of the stuff in college kind of was
Yeah,
a rude awakening.
yeah.
Because
College will
you're
definitely do that for you because you're
for
just
sure.
in
close quarters with folks
with
from
just
different.
from different areas, walks of life.
Yeah.
and
So one of them was
countries and
like
whatnot.
frequency of washing hair. I didn't know people wash their hair every day.
I feel like it depends on your hair type and texture.
That's true. But I
because
don't think I met anyone. Well, I lied. In middle school, all the other folks were washing their hair every day, and I'm just baffled. I'm like, I
you
don't
wash your
get
like
it.
what, once a week, twice a
Yeah,
week,
once
once.
a week. Mhm. Yeah.
But did you put a lot of like uh ointments or like creams and stuff in your hair?
I don't
Not
like
really.
that.
You can't. Yeah.
I don't like
Because
the
I feel like
scent.
if there's somebody who does that, like put a lot of like products in their hair,
Mhm.
I feel like obviously they need to wash it more frequently because it it'll like build up and stuff. Like
Yeah, and then your hair gets
get cakey and
greasy.
greasy. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, and matted.
yeah, nah. Definitely wash below the waist. That's definitely that's a deal breaker.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
What you have to your private part
That is no.
is
Let's.
below your waist. Are you talking about like below your private part, like your
Yes.
thighs down?
Yes. How is
You
that a deal breaker? Do you know what that means? That you will not date this person
because it didn't wash
because they're
their
not
legs.
scrubbing their legs?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now you know, ladies.
You know how much dirt can be on your knee and your thigh and stuff. You know, like
But it's
when
technically covered, so how much dirt is on there?
it's not about it being
Oh,
covered.
that's true. The rest
'Cause
of your body is
you're
covered.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, like it's very satisfying when you're in the shower and you see yourself get cleaned. You just see the mess just going down the drain.
but what about you? You're really only seeing soap suds, unless you work in a field
That you're
has
like,
you filthy.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. More so like when I came from the gym one day, it was like,
Oh, you were sweaty, sweaty.
yeah, and I don't really sweat that much, so that was like weird.
You know what's interesting? When I was in Turkey many moons ago, the host family took me to a Turkish hammam, which is a Turkish bath. And part of that experience is that you sit in this hot marble stone, like the middle of the big room,
Hmm.
naked, and they scrub you. You have never felt so dirty in your life.
Once you get super exfoliated,
Oh my God, the exfoliation that happens is just like, bro, what was I doing before?
hmm
What am I carrying around with me every day?
I try. That's why I try to get those you know, the loofahs,
Yeah.
or like what I use now is the hand gloves,
Oh.
the exfoliating, the
Ladies, this is the cleanest man.
the exfoliating gloves.
Is
And
your
then-
skin nice and smooth?
Yeah, most of the time it is.
Oh, you know what's another thing?
What?
Not lotioning.
Yes. So I
That's
did
me.
experience that the other day too. That I don't lotion my back as often as I should
Oh, I have to lotion.
because
mine
it's
too.
just so hard to
It
get
is
to.
very hard.
Like I was in the mirror. And
Although
I was
I
like,
can reach.
yeah, I can reach, but there, for whatever reason, there was this one spot that I
Yes.
just couldn't get, and I'm just like.
But I'm
putting
not even
lotion-
talking about your back. I'm talking about people who don't lotion.
Oh no, I lotion. I like lotioning.
No, but would you date someone who doesn't lotion?
Um,
They're ashy.
I
The soles of
I
their
would
feet are
I would
cracked.
I would bring it up. That's something we can fix.
Okay.
Because I've bought a couple foot scrubs from Amazon where you just, well, it was like foot peels,
Oh gosh, yeah.
and then you it comes in a little baggie and you put your foot in it and
Yes,
you
I've
keep it
seen
in there
them.
for like 15 minutes, and then like in the next
It's
3
like
days,
waxy, yeah.
the next 3 days you just have a whole new foot. You have a whole new foot.
It's an interesting concept. It creeps me out a little bit.
Yeah, at first, because I tried it first. I'm more of a like, I'll try it and see. What? Yeah, I was like, wow.
This is the most upkept man I have met.
I tried.
Exfoliating gloves.
Oh yeah,
foot
yeah, yeah,
peel?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just had a facial
Manicured nails.
Yeah, I had a facial last week
That's
too.
right. You get facials quite often. Massages, ladies. I'm telling
I
you,
tried.
just
these type of
self-care.
yeah,
Good for
it's gonna
you.
be passed on to my lady friends. This is what you're in for.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's it for our topic of
So,
dating too
all right,
far
so
out
what
of
do
your
you think?
culture.
So date outside of your culture and just figure it out.
I'm
Instead of
willing to
being
explain these
locked
weird things we do.
into your own culture and just like limit yourself.
I think there's things to, but it's also like a skill that you have to learn for all facets of life, right?
Right.
How to negotiate people who don't have the same values as you, who
Hmm.
don't do the same things as
I think
you,
that's what it boils
and
down to. Yeah.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
can still be friends with people. You can still date people like this. I mean, obviously you have your list of deal breakers,
Hmm.
and and as you're dating, you're gonna figure out
Right.
what
Hmm.
that is.
And you bring it to the table and see, you know, how that the other person reacts,
Yeah.
or yeah.
I mean, I could tell you, Mr. Dr. Joe is just appalled by the Dominican culture. He's like, I don't understand you guys. But, he was willing to learn and,
Yeah, look, I brought a loving child into
yeah, and
and
hopefully she chooses her other
and
side.
then there, well, you wanted to date African American?
I want to date whoever makes her happy,
Okay,
but I want to protect her from
Dominican.
Dominicanisms.
Oh, Dominicanisms. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It's interesting.
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
what are we going to ask the kind folks to pass on to other people to make the world a little kinder place?
I think we should give out like a lot of like words of encouragement.
Mm.
I feel like if there's somebody out there that you're like at odds with, just put your pride aside, put your ego aside, and just, reach out.
That's a good way to end the year.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think so too. Reaching out to any friends or family members, check in on them, ask if they're okay. I think we said that several podcasts ago, right?
Yeah.
Checking in that strong friend, but really, forgive. Start that new year fresh. I mean, I did listen to a gospel channel, and they were talking about like leaves and the seasons changing and how sometimes the leaves have to fall off. And that could be an analogy for relationships. Sometimes, you have to let go of the things that are weighing you down and not feeding you, not depositing in that bank.
That is true. I feel like I like that. Yes. But at the same time, no.
And that's okay. You can rekindle broken relationships because sometimes, some relationships take work and not, and sometimes good things come from work.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to work. They don't deserve your work.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
But ultimately, yes. Reach out, say something nice to someone.
yeah,
I feel like for the most part, we have reoccurring acts of kindness because it's just like, it's just good to
it's a
be
cold world.
yeah. It's nice to be a nice, good person.
Yeah.
And it takes practice sometimes.
It takes a
Because
lot of practice.
I am not the best forgiver at all.
Me neither. I'm the worst. And I don't have good examples. So
Yeah, I don't.
it's definitely challenging, but also right because it's tied to your ego and to your pride.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things are like principle and people
And being
just,
vulnerable, right? That's a big
yeah,
taboo
'cause
word.
there's somebody in particular that I feel like I can forgive, but I feel like I forgave her like too many times already. I feel like she's used up all her forgivenesses.
Mm.
So it's a wrap for her.
So you're not gonna re-up?
No. No, I'm very concrete and like I'm open. I'll receive like if she wants to like reach out to me, but I'm not doing the reaching out.
Mm.
There's a wrap for that. Yeah.
All right. Well, may this new year bring reconciliation.
Maybe in the new year. Definitely not for the rest of this year.
Okay. I
Maybe,
mean, all but 2 days.
Yeah, because around my birthday, everybody want to pop up. Hey, so that may be her invitation to saying something.
For new beginnings.
We'll see.
So I mean, again, Happy
Yeah.
New Year, folks.
Yes, don't worry about me. You do it.
May we have fresh, positive energy. May we exude gratitude. May we invite joy.
The new year, the 2-3.
And may we not forget those who are no longer with us.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of just stuff going on,
Yeah,
shootings and violence
and just untimely passings. There's a friend of mine's by the name of Hovain that passed away. Condolences to his friends and families and people that he knew. Takeoff from the Migos.
Yes.
Act of violence.
Young guy.
And that was such an unfortunate
Series
thing
of events.
because it's like feel like they was just on the brink of like just
Rekindling.
yeah, like he just dropped the album and stuff, and then out of nowhere, and then it's upsetting when it's like unprovoked. Like when there's like a confrontation or like there's something that sparks that type of energy. But if there's somebody allegedly he was just you know
Cooling.
minding his business, and then like a stray bullet, boom, just takes your life.
So, we end on this note, but may the new year be uplifting.
Word.
And, sometimes you don't always need a new year, new
No.
resolutions, new
Right.
me.
Right.
That's an ever evolving process.
Yeah.
But we will
we'll talk
discuss
about it.
new resolutions,
We'll talk
new
about
me.
that.
So thank you for bringing us joy this year.
Muchas gracias.
I hope we brought you guys some joy.
Lots of joy. Tons of joy.
I hope so. And thank you again.
The Vital Check Show.
This
podcast.
is the last episode of the Vital Check Show for 2022 with your friendly neighborhood MD
And your
Dr.
friendly
Joe.
neighborhood DJ Critical.
Bye until next time. Thanks for joining us. Bye.